Let's go now to Paris. Our deputy political editor, Sam Coates, is there. Pretty shaky shot we've got there with you, Sam. The Prime Minister just about to arrive there at the Élysée Palace. You've just been speaking to him. He says he's furious and that it's staggering that he wasn't told that Peter Mandelson had failed security vetting.
Yes, here in Paris, about to meet President Macron. I'm in the yard of the Élysée Palace. I've just been speaking to Keir Starmer. He is absolutely furious with the situation where he was not informed. He says that the security vetting for Peter Mandelson was failed by the security department. And he says the top official in the Foreign Office, Ollie Robbins, nevertheless waved through his ability to see secret documents without telling him, any minister or anyone in number 10. The point of the interview that the Prime Minister's just done is to convey the anger at this situation, the fact that led him to mislead Parliament, according to critics, to say that Peter Mandelson had passed the vetting when he hadn't in a press conference on February the 5th. This is deeply embarrassing for Keir Starmer, and he is finding and making clear that there are people to blame, and he is angry. But Sam, there are challenges and limits with this approach. It makes him look as if potentially he doesn't have a grip on the government machine almost 2 years into his time in office. The allegation is that he is more of a passenger than a driver in his own government, didn't have the level of grip to be told. And clearly, inside the Foreign Office, they felt that number 10 just didn't want to hear the bad news about the security vetting for Peter Mandelson. Inside the Foreign Office, they knew that number 10 had seen some of the problems with Peter Mandelson's appointment, some of the allegations about his links to Jeffrey Epstein, and some of the queries about Peter Mandelson's financial affairs. That was all in the vetting documents and the various bits of due diligence that were done by the Cabinet Office before the appointment that we all saw in a recent document dump. The Foreign Office knew that number 10 was aware of all those problems and had nevertheless decided to go ahead with the appointment of Peter Mandelson. And that's the context that Ollie Robbins took that decision. But now the Prime Minister making it clear that that was wrong, and he is appalled at the behaviour of what was, until 10 o'clock last night, the most senior civil servant in the Foreign Office, Ollie Robbins, sacked by the Prime Minister late last night.
Yeah, well, we can bring you now that conversation that you did just have with the Prime Minister, Sam. Let's have a listen.
Politicians resign when they mislead the public and mislead Parliament. Are you considering your position?
That I wasn't told that Peter Mandelson had failed security vetting when he's appointed is staggering. That I wasn't told that he'd failed security vetting when I was telling Parliament that due process had been followed is unforgivable. Not only was I not told, no minister was told. And I'm absolutely furious about that. What I intend to do is to go to Parliament on Monday to set out all the relevant facts in true transparency so Parliament has the full picture.
Prime Minister, why do you always end up sounding like the passenger in this government rather than the driver? Are you really expecting us to believe that a senior civil servant off his own back, without any sort of direction about the importance of Peter Mandelson being ambassador, unilaterally overruled security vetting to approve a political appointment? And they made clear it was political.
I was not told that he had failed security vetting. No minister was told that he had failed security vetting. Number 10 wasn't told that he had failed security vetting. That is completely unacceptable. That is why I intend to go to Parliament and set out all of the relevant facts so Parliament has full transparency and full accountability. It is totally unacceptable that the Prime Minister making an appointment is not told that security vetting has been failed. Totally unacceptable.
You're almost 2 years in post. Doesn't this just sound like you don't have a grip on your government?
I was not told that security vetting had failed. That is shocking, it is unacceptable, and I intend to set out the full facts to Parliament on Monday.